Hello friends and potential friends, Jack at Geeky Gardens here, and today is December 31st of 2024, and I figured I'd better do a little bit of an end of the year walk through the garden. It's it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we've already topped out at 80 degrees today. But we just had a little bit of a rain shower come through, and that's dropped the temperatures down to into the 70s again. Hopefully that'll last, but from what I've been hearing, looks like in a couple of weeks we're going to have us a polar vortex headed down this way. My local weather guessers are even talking about it on TV. I guess they figured out that people are looking to the internet to get a lot of their weather recently. So if they want to keep up, they need to give us more advance notice. They are trying to temper things a little bit, saying it may or may not make it this far south. And makes me think about a couple years ago we had a polar vortex or an Arctic blast or something like that came down and froze most of the country. Funny part is it didn't make it to Florida, so while everybody else was frigid, it was nice and warm here in Florida. And as you can see, it's warm here right now. So let me go grab the other camera and we'll take a quick look and see what's going on here. We'll start out on the front porch where I've got my garden peach tomatoes still coming along. Having a little bit of a blight here and there, but they are still producing tomatoes. Haven't seen any starting to ripen yet, and I hope they do ripen before that cold weather gets here, if it does get here. Right now they're doing fairly good. Lots of little tomatoes all over the place. Some a little bit bigger. And I'm just waiting to see them start changing colors. Still got plenty of blossoms coming on too. So hopefully I'll get some seeds out of these before the cold weather gets here. We'll just have to wait and see. And speaking of wait and see, there's Snowflake. Hi, Snowflake. You staying dry? I think we're done with the rain for today. Pineapples and cactus on the patio. The turmeric and ginger tower still sitting there waiting for spring. A little bit of comfrey over here in the experimental bed. If I could get decent weather for long enough, I would really love to replace this bed with one of the metal beds. That thing has been with me for a long time and it has been falling apart for quite a while. Nope. There's more waiting. There's Licorice, my other gardening buddy. Salad tower's doing good, and I've been eating salads regularly out of it. Still good stuff. I don't know what kind of lettuce this is. Came in one of those gourmet mixes, but it's tasty, so I've been having salads. More pineapples. My brassica bed is about overflowing. I really need to start harvesting some of this Swiss chard. Maybe I'll do a quick video on that in the next few days. I'm not real fond of the Swiss chard leaves, but I find that these stems make a real good substitute for celery. And I've never been successful growing celery down here. As you can see, my romaine, I planted that too early. It was still getting up near 90 every day when I planted that out here. So as soon as it got big enough, it started bolting. And then with our roller coaster weather, temperatures going up and down and up and down. I managed to get a couple of salads out of it, but it finally gave up and decided to go to seeds. So I'm just waiting to see if I can get some seeds out of it now. A Napa cabbage starting to form heads. They're not real solid yet, but there are a number of them in there. And then the cabbage collards, well, they always do good. And they're a nice snack on while I'm out wandering around in the garden. Pick off a leaf from time to time and start munching. Rosemary still doing pretty good. And over here I've got my Praxis cherry tomatoes. I've got tomatoes all over the place. And once again, I'm just waiting for them to start turning. These I grew from seeds that I brought back from my mom's place. If you remember, I was really amazed because the Praxis tomatoes we got up there were a lot bigger than what I see down here in Florida. So I brought seeds back to see what they would do down here, and they've pretty much reverted to what I'm used to. Normal size Praxis cherry tomatoes. I mean, I was actually slicing them up there in Idaho. They're coming along good. And once again, I just hope that they'll start turning before the cold weather gets here, if it decides to. Finally cleaned up the patience garden. That's done for the year. And I also pulled up the peppers that I had growing in here because they quit producing anything. And I've got more. Let's see, I think this is the Michihili Asian cabbage. They're coming along pretty nice. The pak choi, growing nice. The weather has moderated. I mean, we made it to 80 today, but generally we've been staying in the upper 60s and mid 70s. A lot of this green is the watermelon radishes and a few carrots from my original planting. And of course basil. I've got basil all over the place. There's some Thai basil, some holy basil, an empty spot where I hope to soon have some more cilantro going. I've got a few seedlings in the lab. I did plant some more romaine lettuce, and that's coming along nicely. And then more comfrey and more basil. The garlic, well, it's not getting huge, but it doesn't get as much sunlight here as I'd like. But we'll see. If that stuff all makes even tiny bulbs, it'll probably still be more than I really need to use in a year. Planted a few more cabbages out here. These red acre cabbages, the bugs started eating. But then when it cooled off, the bugs backed off and the cabbages started growing again. I did stick a little bit more Swiss chard in amongst them. And then over here, the golden acre cabbage has started to go. More basil and more carrots. That's my second carrot bed, and it's coming along nicely. And then finally back here in the corner, we have my third carrot patch, and that's coming along nice too. And the few potatoes that I started sprouting in the kitchen, I brought them out here and stuck them in the dirt, and now I got potato plants. Things are coming along nicely. Again, I just hope that polar vortex or Arctic blast or whatever it is Actually, I just hope the jet stream stays farther north. If it does that, I might get lucky, because I still want to get some tomatoes this year. And that's one thing that will not survive a real freeze. But for right now, things are looking good. Hope everybody had nice holidays. Tonight is New Year's Eve. All the crazies will be out, so I'm staying home in the garden. And looks like that's about it. So, oh, we even have honeybees. Did you see that guy? He's hiding on the label right there. Yep, welcome to Central Florida. Last day of the year, last day of December, and we got pollinators flying around. So hope you enjoyed the little green fix, and I'll see you next time.